The story begins on the frozen cliffs of Denmark. Wind howls across the mountain as the Viking king, Hrothgar, rides with his warriors. They follow tracks that lead toward the sea, the tracks of a giant who's been stealing fish from their waters. At the edge of the cliff, they see him, a huge troll-like man with long hair, catching fish with his bare hands. Beside him plays a small child, laughing, innocent. The father lifts the boy high into the air, smiling. But that peace ends when he spots the Vikings coming. Hrothgar signals his men to surround him. The giant backs away, setting his child behind a rock to hide. He roars to scare them off, not to fight, but to protect his son. Arrows fly anyway. The Vikings attack from all sides. Spears pierce his chest. Blood hits the snow. The giant grabs a fallen warrior and throws him into the rocks, but there are too many. With one final strike, Hrothgar drives his sword deep into the creature's side. The giant falls to his knees, choking on blood. He looks one last time toward the hidden child before collapsing. From the rocks, the boy watches everything. The screams, the swords, his father's final breath. He does not cry, he just stares. When Hrothgar approaches, he sees the small figure, half hidden in the mist. For a moment he raises his blade to finish what he started, but something stops him. It's only a child. He lowers the sword and walks away. That single act of mercy will doom them all. The boy climbs down to the beach. His father's body lies broken on the shore. He tries to move it, but it's too heavy. Crows circle above. He screams in rage, then uses a blade left behind by the men to cut the body into pieces small enough to carry. He drags the remains into a cave and lays them to rest, piece by piece, in the cold darkness. Years pass. The boy grows tall and strong. The grief hardens into hate. Every night he looks at his father's skull and remembers the men who killed him. The boy becomes a monster, Grendel. Meanwhile, time changes the kingdom. Hrothgar grows older, heavier, slower. His people feast and drink in a grand mead hall built near the sea. They sing and laugh, forgetting the past. But Grendel has not forgotten. One winter night, as snow falls outside, the mead hall burns with firelight. The Vikings drink deep, laughing over old victories. Outside, the mountains are silent. Then a shadow moves through the storm. The doors shake. A guard steps out and never returns. A hand the size of a shield crushes his skull. Grendel bursts into the hall roaring. The men scramble for their weapons, but it's too late. He grabs the first warrior and throws him against the wall. Bones snap. He tears another in half with his bare hands. Blood splashes across the wooden beams. The music stops. Panic fills the air. Grendel kills every man who stands before him, but spares the women and children, slipping away before sunrise. By dawn, the hall is silent again. Hrothgar and his guards arrive. The floor is slick with blood, bodies broken everywhere. Hrothgar looks around and realizes what this means. The troll's son has returned. The people whisper, "It's a curse." The gods are angry. The troll's child wants revenge, but Hrothgar says nothing. He stares at the floor, haunted by what he did years ago. Night after night, the killings continue. Grendel strikes again and again. No weapon can stop him. Each time he leaves only the dead men behind. The fear spreads like fire. The once proud Vikings refuse to sleep inside the hall. The women cry. The men drink to stay awake. Hrothgar grows desperate. He climbs the cliffs where he killed the troll's father and shouts into the storm, "Come for me! Face me!" The wind answers, and from the shadows, a giant shape appears. Grendel steps forward, taller than any man, his eyes glowing in the dark. He doesn't attack. He looks at Hrothgar, breath heavy, then turns and vanishes into the mist. The king stands frozen. He doesn't understand. The troll could have killed him, but didn't. The next morning, the people find another group of dead warriors. The priest says it's a punishment from God. Hrothgar's queen warns that soon there'll be only widows left. Hrothgar looks away. He has no answer. Far away across the sea, word of the killing spreads. In Geatland, a warrior named Beowulf hears the stories. A monster haunting Denmark, a king who cannot stop it. To Beowulf, it sounds like a challenge, the kind that makes legends. He gathers his best men and sails north through the frozen waters. The sea is wild, the wind cuts through their furs, but Beowulf stands firm at the front of the ship, watching the horizon. "If we die," he says, "let it be with swords in hand." After days at sea, their ship hits the rocky shore of Denmark. Armed guards meet them. "Who are you?" one demands. Beowulf steps forward. "I am Beowulf of the Geats. I've come to kill your monster." The guards look at each other and lower their weapons. "Then you are welcome," one says, "but don't expect to live long." Beowulf and his men enter the village, where fear hangs thick in the air. The people stare, half hopeful, half doubting. A Celtic priest named Father Brendan greets them. He says he'll drive out the troll with the fire of heaven. Beowulf laughs. "Good," he says. "You pray, I'll fight." The priest frowns and raises his cross. "Bow to Christ and you'll be blessed." Beowulf smirks. "My gods don't ask me to bow." Then he walks away. That evening, Beowulf meets a woman named Selma who lives alone outside the village. The people call her a witch. They say she can see death before it comes. Selma warns him, "The troll kills with purpose. He doesn't kill all, only those he hates." Beowulf asks, "And who does he hate?" She looks toward the mountains. "Ask your king." Later that night, Hrothgar holds a feast to honor Beowulf. The hall glows again with laughter, but beneath it, everyone is tense. Beowulf stands and raises his mug. "By morning," he says, "this curse will end. I'll hold in my hand the head of the troll who haunts you." The men cheer, trying to believe. But outside, the snow falls quietly. And somewhere in the dark, Grendel is watching. When the feast ends, Beowulf and his men stay behind in the hall, ready for battle. The fire crackles. The room is still. Suddenly, a heavy step echoes outside. The door creaks. The men grip their swords, hearts pounding. But Grendel doesn't enter. He sniffs the air, then turns away. The troll senses something different. The smell of foreign men. These are not Danes. He has no quarrel with them. Instead of fighting, he urinates on the door. A silent insult. Then disappears into the night. The next morning, the warriors open the door and stare at the mark frozen in the snow. Beowulf looks at it and frowns. "He came and chose not to fight." Hrothgar mutters, "Maybe the gods protect you, or maybe the troll is laughing." Days pass. Each night they wait. Each morning there are more bodies. Beowulf begins to suspect the truth, that this creature isn't killing for hunger or sport. He's killing for something deeper. The priest claims it's the devil's work. The villagers call it a curse. But Selma's words stay in Beowulf's mind. He kills with purpose. Beowulf goes to the cliffs, staring across the icy sea. Somewhere out there, the troll is watching. He turns to his men. "He's close," he says, "waiting for us to make the next move." One asks, "Then why doesn't he attack?" Beowulf doesn't answer, because deep down, he's starting to understand. This isn't just a fight. It's something older, something born from guilt. That night, he looks out over the frozen land, the wind howling like a voice from the past. Hrothgar drinks alone, haunted by memories he can't erase. Selma sits by her fire, eyes distant, whispering to no one. And far above, Grendel watches them all from his mountain, holding his father's skull, a reminder of what was taken from him. The troll doesn't roar. He doesn't rage. He just stares into the distance, silent, cold, waiting for the moment to strike again. The sins of the past are awake, and the curse of the dead giant has only begun. Morning breaks cold over the Danish cliffs. Smoke drifts from the mead hall after another sleepless night. Beowulf stands outside, eyes fixed on the mountains where the troll vanished. The snow glows pale under the rising sun. Inside, King Hrothgar drinks alone. His face is tired, his hands shake. He's haunted by something he won't speak of. Beowulf turns to the only person who might know more, Selma, the witch who lives beyond the village. He finds her hut near the cliffs, half buried in frost. She doesn't look surprised to see him. "You seek the troll," she says quietly. Beowulf nods. "I need to know why he kills only men." Selma's eyes darken. "Because men killed first. The troll's anger isn't madness, it's justice." He frowns. "Justice for what?" Selma looks into the fire. "Years ago, Hrothgar killed his father. The boy saw everything. His revenge began that day." Beowulf stands silent, realizing the curse didn't fall from the sky. It was born from blood. Later, he and his men search the cliffs for signs of the beast. The snow is deep, the wind sharp, the mountains echo with distant growls, but Grendel never shows. That night, Beowulf keeps watch alone. The others sleep, their weapons beside them. The fire burns low. Then, a sound. Heavy steps, breathing. From the shadows, Grendel emerges. He's huge, scarred, his eyes burning in the dark. Beowulf grips his sword but doesn't strike. For a moment, they just stare at each other. Then the troll speaks, his voice rough, broken, more sorrow than rage. Selma's words echo in Beowulf's mind. He kills with purpose. Grendel growls again, saying something Beowulf can't understand. Then, from the rocks, Selma appears, drawn by the noise. She listens to the troll's growls, then turns to Beowulf. He says, "His fight isn't with you. You're not Dane." Grendel steps back slowly, his breath steaming in the cold. His eyes meet Beowulf's once more. Then he turns and vanishes into the mist. Beowulf lowers his sword. He speaks and spares me. By morning, his men find him still awake, staring toward the mountains. None of them know what to think. Days later, a crippled villager limps into the camp. His voice trembles. "I know where the troll hides. My family was killed by him. I can take you there." Beowulf studies him. The man's eyes burn with desperation, or maybe something else, but he agrees. They climb the cliffs, guided by the cripple. The wind howls louder the higher they go. At last, they reach a narrow cave by the sea. The air smells of rot and salt. One warrior steps forward, torch in hand. The light flickers over bones and scattered remains, human and animal mixed. Then something glints in the corner. It's a skull, massive, old. The crippled man mutters, "That was his father." One of Beowulf's men laughs cruelly. "Then this is the beast's temple." He spits on the skull and crushes it beneath his boot. Beowulf snaps, "Stop!" But it's too late. The crack echoes through the cave like thunder. The men chuckle and leave, proud of their mockery. But Beowulf looks back, uneasy. Something feels wrong. Far away in the mountains, Grendel hears it, the sound of his father's bones breaking. He rushes home, finds the cave, and sees the shattered skull. He freezes, then lets out a roar that shakes the cliffs. His pain becomes rage. The beast inside him wakes again. Grendel comes. The door bursts open. The troll storms in, bleeding fury. He smashes through tables, grabs a man by the throat, and throws him across the room. Blood sprays the walls. Beowulf leaps forward with a chain of iron, wrapping it around Grendel's arm. The creature roars, thrashing wildly. Warriors stab with spears, but he won't fall. Beowulf pulls hard. "Now!" The men strike again, pinning the troll. Grendel slams Beowulf into the wall but can't break free. In one last act of defiance, he grabs his trapped arm and rips it off. The hole fills with screams. Grendel stumbles through the doorway, blood pouring into the snow. Beowulf chases him outside. The troll staggers toward the sea, each step slower than the last. The wind howls, the waves crash. At the water's edge, Grendel collapses. His body trembles, then goes still. The tide creeps in, washing over him. The monster who was once a child is gone. Beowulf stands over him, silent. Then he whispers, "It's finished." The next morning, the Danes celebrate. The mead hall rings with cheers. Hrothgar orders the severed arm hung on the wall as proof of victory. But Beowulf doesn't join them. He goes to the king, eyes cold. "You knew this would happen," he says. Hrothgar's face sinks. "Yes," he admits softly. "I killed his father. The troll stole a fish. I called it justice. I killed him before my men and left the child alive." Beowulf stares. "And you thought that mercy would save you?" The king lowers his head. "It damned us all." Beowulf turns away, disgusted. The troll was never born evil. He was made that way. Later, he returns to Selma's hut. She's waiting by the fire. "You killed him," she says. He nods. "It's over." Selma shakes her head. "No, the dead don't rest easily when their love is taken." Beowulf frowns. "What do you mean?" She takes a deep breath. "Years ago, Grendel came to me. He didn't hurt me. He stayed one night, then left. Months later, I bore his son." Beowulf is silent. "You're saying?" She nods slowly. "Half troll, half human. He's my child." Before he can answer, a scream echoes from the village, the sound of terror, and something worse. They rush outside. Flames rise in the distance. The hall burns again. A shape moves through the fire. Grendel's mother, massive, wild, her eyes filled with grief and rage. She tears through warriors like straw, crushing bones, shattering shields. The priest runs forward with his cross, shouting a prayer. She grabs him and hurls him into the fire. Hrothgar tries to fight but is thrown aside. The queen screams. The roof collapses in flames. Beowulf charges through the smoke, swinging his sword. He slashes at her side. She barely flinches. She grabs him by the throat and lifts him off the ground. He struggles, gasping. Then he drives his blade into her chest. The creature roars and drops him. Beowulf stumbles back, grabs a spear, and thrusts it deep into her heart. The sound echoes through the burning hall. The great monster falls, shaking the earth. Silence returns, only the crackle of fire and the moans of the dying. By morning, the hall is gone. Smoke drifts over the ruins. Hrothgar sits among the ashes, broken and weeping. Beowulf walks to the shore, sword in hand. He's exhausted, his armor scorched, his face hollow. From the mist, he sees a small figure, a boy standing by the waves, holding a wooden toy. The child looks up, his eyes dark and strange, part human, part something else. Beowulf knows at once. This is Grendel's son. The boy doesn't speak. He doesn't run, he just stares, like his father once did on that mountain. Beowulf looks down at his sword, then lets it fall into the sea. The blade sinks beneath the waves, vanishing forever. Behind him, Selma appears, watching in silence. She knows the cycle is over, at least for now. Beowulf turns away. "Keep him safe," he says. "He deserves better than we did." Selma nods. The boy takes her hand. Beowulf walks toward his ship. The wind rises, carrying the smell of ash and salt. As he sails away, the cliffs fade behind him, the land cursed by one man's sin. The waves crash, washing away blood, footprints, and memory. But the story remains, the tale of a man, a monster, and a mercy that doomed them all. The story of Beowulf Grendel reminds us, not every monster is born. Some are created by cruelty, by vengeance, by choices that cannot be undone. Would you have spared the child that day on the mountain, or ended the curse before it began? Tell us what you would have done in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more epic movie recaps.